What is up, guys? We got a top 8 deck profile here with an RP Luffy. So it's the only RP Luffy to make top 8 and even top 32 as well. So do you want to shout out your locals?
DXN, DXN Provisions.
Nice.
Stop by. It's a great place.
Nice. Racetracks. What is your name, by the way?
Aiden Thomas.
Nice. Nice to meet you, Aiden.
Nice to meet you, man.
So you're the only one who decided to play this deck. Why RP Luffy over all the other 3 captains leader?
Out of 3 captains, well...
Kid sucks, obviously, but...
yeah, well, no, I think Kid can be made to work. Like, someone can make Kid work. But RP Law, like, he's really strong, but I just don't like playing meta, like super meta decks. Like, this one's good. I say, like, I think it falls in, like, tier 2, right?
Yeah.
From what I've heard. But, yeah, I don't think meta's fun when everyone's playing it. So it makes the matchups interesting, you know. It's funny seeing people just get surprised and stuff. It's like,
absolutely,
what the fuck,
and I was one of them. Yeah. Do you have good matchups for this deck theoretically, and bad matchups?
I don't. Nami, good matchup.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, Nami's a good matchup, but I think
destroyed Nami.
I think that's what's fun about the deck. Like every game is pretty close. I mean, everyone just wants a deck of steamrolls, right?
Yeah.
I get it, right? But I think every match is like pretty interesting. The current meta, not really. Everything, like, there's always like ways your opponent can play around you, but same for you. The way I built it, you can play around back. So
okay, so it's a unique list of RP Luffy.
Yeah, but like, you know, the games you can steamroll people if you know what you're doing. So it's
okay.
If you know what you're doing, it can do that. You can do what you want to do.
Sweet. Okay, do you want to go into your deck profile?
Yeah. So if you guys don't know, leader RP Luffy, 6 life or 6,000 power, 3 life.
Yeah.
Yeah, very unique. That's why I like it. So let's see. So staples in the deck. We have Nami, 4 of, right? Searches basically everything in your deck. Well, not all your top end, but top end you'll pretty much see most games. But yeah. Just really helps you figure out or find what you want and figure out what you want to, like, how you want to be playing the deck.
Okay.
Or how you want to be playing that match, right? So yeah, standard in every Luffy or your Straw Hat list. So yeah. Let's see. Next we have 4 Zorojuros. You're a 3 life leader, so its effect is already online. You know, just get ramping, right? You know, one of the best, strongest thing about purple is just getting to your big bodies faster than anyone else can, and just laying the pressure down. Yeah. There are some matches or some games where your opponent will remove it, right? Won't stick, but you know, at the same time they need to spend resources to remove it. Most stuff nowadays, like, gets rid of a 2 cost, so they need to spend at least something like a meteor, volcano, ice age. That kind of stuff to get rid of it. So it's always good to have one less of those to deal with.
Yeah.
Right?
So because they don't want you to ramp.
Exactly. But yeah, sorry. Back to that. If they get rid of it, you know, your big bodies have a higher chance of sticking. So.
Yeah, which is good.
Let's see. Next we have. Where'd he go? Yeah. More ramp. From EB-01, we have Bond Clay. This is what you want to see on turn 2. Sometimes it's good if you're going odd. If you haven't ramped the Zorojuro, just follow this up and ramp again, or use this to ramp instead. The on-play ramp is just amazing. If you're going second, you can ramp, get that active Dawn, swing 7. Also, it's a great body swing with. I used to run the Basil Hawkins from I think OP-01.
Yeah. Well, attacks twice.
Yeah, that one sucked, but you needed something to ramp turn 2. This just replaces all that, and the John Bart's fantastic card.
Got it.
Yeah, also 1K counter. You know, as a 6K, you know, 1K counters actually go a long way, so you don't need to worry too much about having 2K. So yeah, late game, really good. Next, I'm running 2 Trafalgar Laws, Blocker Laws. These are good in certain matchups. Just, you know, pitch cards in the hand, Whitebeard. If you're going aggro too, by the way. So
okay.
If you're going aggro, your opponent's probably gonna have more cards in hand. You can start getting rid of those. So your aggression is even more impactful, right?
Yeah.
So it's yeah, solid cards. I don't think you need to run 4 of, because, you know, how often is your opponent gonna have 7 cards in hand if you're playing around it? So yeah, 1K counter 2, and you know. It's a good blocker if the game requires it, right?
Yeah.
So next up, we have 5 Queens. Another great blocker. I think it's a staple. And if not every purple deck, definitely this one. You draw 2 trash 1, helps you cycle your big bodies out of hand. If you have too many, get your more 2Ks, radical beams, whatever you need, find your win conditions, right? So, great card. If it sticks on board, you have free blocker, but with the current meta, if it does stick on board, I just use it as a swing, you know, more
it's a
aggression.
6K body.
Yeah. So, those things, like, if it survives, just swing with it, unless the game requires you, or unless the game calls for you to keep them on board.
Okay.
So, yeah, great card to go through that with. So after that, we have. Oh no, this one. Oops. One Rush Luffy.
Okay, only one. Okay.
Yeah. A lot of people run 2. You can run 2. That's totally fine. I personally prefer 1 just to have it as a, just in case. Personally, sorry. I'd rather be swinging with face or leader more, just because you can, you don't have to spend the 5 Dawn. You can use more Dawn to be more aggressive, because each turn they hit them, they get an extra card. You need 2 more Dawn in case it's 2K to swing over that, right?
Yeah.
So, but this helps with certain matchups. This helps, like, in case your opponent has a lot of blockers. Like, this can be a game ender. So I always keep at least 1 in case I'm just not seeing anything else.
Yeah. And now we can search for this.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Search
Which is nice.
So. After that, we have King. I think it's really important to have Kings in the current meta. Yeah, I'm only running 2 because, well, 1's not searchable, but 2, no counter, right?
Yeah.
But this is really great until I'm after. It helps you keep the aggression down from a law. Everything's basically a 4 cost except for Kid, right? Gecko Moria, those 4 drops, get rid of those if you want. I usually just keep this 4 drops on board just because. I don't want to keep recycling them personally, but this is good for most things. Also, I think one of the biggest reasons why I had this was Kikinojo. I freaking hated always hitting that on yellow.
Yellow.
Yeah, they hit that. It's already online. You're 3 life, right?
Yeah,
so,
right.
but this, sure you give them a life, but now you don't have to deal with a 6K swing poking at you every turn. It'll like thorn in your side, right?
Just kill it. Yeah.
There's that. After that, we have 4 useless kids. I think these are very important in the current meta.
Yeah.
Just people go wide a lot right now, right? So you get to do plus 1K, but if, you get its value for the on play before it gets removed, right? And if they spend their turn removing this, then you're a 7K leader, and your opponent can't really
it's unfair.
They can't swing into you as efficiently as they like to, right? So it's either get rid of it or go for your face. So chances are they're going to be removing it, right?
Yeah, for sure.
If it sticks, great body. Same sort of thing. Got 3 Whitebeards. I know some people say run 4. I agree. You could run 4. I just think Kid's better right now, but you could always take some cards out in this deck for more Whitebeards if you feel like you're just not seeing them enough.
Yeah.
But I only have 3, so.
Oh, I see. So it was a choice because of scarcity.
But even then, I think if it came down to it, I still would have put 4 kids in for this what is it, regional. So I think 3 is fine personally. But if you think if you want to switch the deck up and you think you need to ever negate more and more, dude, by all means, it's a great card. Just go. So yeah.
Yeah. Was your leader ever at 9K for this tournament?
I got it to 10K.
10K, even better.
Yeah, I had 2 kids on board, played 9 beers, swung twice.
That's so good.
It's like.
Yeah, what are you gonna do?
Yeah, but I was up against a yellow black. One of my friends, he's playing yellow black Luffy. So it goes both ways, right? He also got the 9K.
Right.
It's kind of one up. So yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, following that, my favorite card in this entire game. I think one of the coolest cards in this game, Purified Luffy.
Boom.
Yeah.
Time skip.
Exactly.
Or turn skip.
Take an extra turn. This is your game ender, right?
Yeah.
Turns usually aren't, or games usually aren't going to go beyond this, and if it does, you're probably going to die.
Yeah.
Don't assume that you're going to die after you play this, please. But I'm usually using this right, like if I'm on death's door, right? Or I need to just close this game out as soon as right now. So. Great card. Pair it with Diablo Jam, right? You get a really fucked up card right there, man.
Yeah. Guaranteed damage.
Exactly. So yeah, I run 3 of just because I just didn't see enough when I ran 2.
I see.
Yeah, 4 is too much, I think, unless you're running more zero cost events. But I think at that point you'd rather run more white beards.
Okay.
So I think 3 is just a good number in terms of finding it. So yeah, now we're just getting into like extra counter and stuff like that. So yeah, 2K Sanjis.
Searchable.
Yep, 2 Sachis. All my 2Ks, I like them to be searchable, so that's why they're all Straw Hats. I know some people run Otama, and that's also a great card for Whitebeard, in case you want to like remove a 5K. But I personally prefer having the searchability, especially since I'm running like Kings and such in the deck, and Bon Clays.
Yeah.
So it's just, these are funnies. This Usohachi sucks, it's just 2K. Sanji, at least you can get a pretty big body to swing with if it comes down to it. That's in like very, very, very specific cases. So, but I'd rather run, 4 Sanjis. And then for Nosuke, this one I think is definitely you play 4 of. You use it as a 2K, but the fact that you have the option of having a rush, it can really like, if the game really comes down to it, man, you can use this to close out the game. I really hope it doesn't, but it's it's
necessary.
At locals, this has won me a game before, so it's good to have this option, right?
Okay.
Like I think if I were to search with Nami and had an option between any of these 3, always go for Nosuke.
Yeah, that's why I have 4 of them. That makes sense.
Yeah. So 2Ks, yeah. So yeah, now we have our events. 3 Gundam Jet Gatlings. If you're gonna go more big bodies, I'd run 4. I think you can definitely pivot to run 4 of these, but I think 3 is a good number for me personally. Why run the purple over the red? Just better trigger for what you're trying to do. If you get ramp more, that's always good, right? So these just help you play with your hands. Pretty standard, right? And then we have our
Rads.
4 radical beams. If you're not playing these, you're trolling this deck. Man. You're at 3 life, dude. You're gonna just take a hit. These are all online, man.
Yeah.
Great.
4Ks.
Trigger. You don't really use the trigger, but if you do, it's still a good trigger. I think I use it once out of necessity, but yeah, you go to 7K leader, man. Like basically free. You skip it.
For free, yeah.
And then now we have Diablo Jam. This is also a staple.
Finisher.
Because, finisher. Played Gear 5 Luffy. What is your opponent gonna do, man? Come on. Like they're gonna have like 6 cards in hand. They need to have like what? 6 2. All they need to be 2Ks if you want to get out of like Gear 5 swing right for this thing.
Yeah. And searchable.
Exactly. More searchable stuff. It's all like this deck is just very consistent because of Nami.
Synergy.
Yeah. So last 2 cards. These are the ones I teched in for this tourney. Just because of Sakazuki, a lot of people were just playing it before he gets banned. There's a lot of Rebeccas out there. Rebeccas are thorn on my side, hater. So Nick Robbins, like kind of like Diablo Gem, these 2 get around the blockers. Sure, it can't deal with like Sabo and Porcelino, but that's what your Diablo Gems are for. Hopefully, you've gone to the point where like they're having to use those blocks. They don't have those blocks anymore, right? But why run it 2 instead of 2D 4 Veni, right? I personally do it because 1K, right? This deck is very bricky as it is. I prefer having that extra 1K, but
it's not good.
But still having the option, like another way of getting around these like weenie blockers, is just very helpful. So
very cool.
So yeah, that's my deck.
With the OPO7 coming in, would you swap out cards out of your main deck for?
Definitely. 2 main ones I've been looking at: Dragon and Sanji. I think those, the Red Sanji and the Uso Hachis, those cards, I just take those out, put in 4 of the blocker Sanjis, 2K, I think 6 cost 6K, and then it's like cost 3 less or something like that blocker.
Nice.
So.
And this Dragon does the same thing?
Dragon is, it costs 9K, and then you get attached 2 Rested Dawn to a character leader, so that's just like pure gas regression. So if you want to go full gas, which is what I prefer to do, I might even take out some Whitebeards with the kids for it. I just slam that down, 2 Dawn, you get a swing 8 and you get a swing 9, right? Nice. And that's just like, and you also, it has rush, right? You're
right.
What's his name, Dragon. So you already got your use out of it before it gets like removed, right? And that's even if they want to remove, that's 8 cost they got to get through. So like by all means, do it. If they get remove it, that's fine. That's fine. I swung at you, I got cards on hand. So another one people have been talking about, I've seen is Baccarat, the film 3 cost 4K blocker. That actually is a build I want to test. Mainly because I think you can run a lot more big bodies in it without freaking up too much, because Baccarat's effect is when you get attacked, you could trash a card and minus 2,000 power swing. So basically any card in your hand becomes a 2k once. So
yeah, only once.
Yeah, I think that card for a lot of decks becomes like it might even be a staple depending on how you build the deck.
For Luffy, I see.
I feel like, but you definitely have to go to the drawing board on this deck and kind of repurpose it to work with Baccarat.
Yeah, you're changing things around.
There's only so much things you can do with at least my list, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, those are 3 cards I think I take in.
Very cool.
Everything else is like, you know, you can mess around with it, or I haven't really messed around with it personally. But,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you remember your matchups throughout the whole tournament? I don't know if I asked you already.
I have it written down.
Yeah, let's check it out.
So, day 1, I had fun against 4 Sakazukis. I won against 2 of them. So yeah, 50-50. One of the Sakazukis I played against, he actually built his deck really well for the meta. He played a lot more blockers than I was expecting, and I think that's partially because RP Law is being played, right? So he wanted to deal with that aggression. So very, very smart decision by him. But yeah, that was a very tough matchup. The other one I lost is so I accidentally, or not accidentally, but I used my Robin as counter instead of a queen. And if I kept that in hand, I could have kept pushing damage to face with if I get to lose Rebecca. It's unfortunate that I use that
as counter.
Yeah. So just you know, food for thought. Keep it in hand against
Keep it in
Sakazuki. Yeah. If you can.
Right.
I went against 2 geckos. Went against both of them. My thought process for Gecko is, if you leave the stuff on board, you can't use it again, right?
Yeah.
So you don't have to worry about it. So if he's gotten rid of a Absalom, then okay, I'm safe to play another one most likely, because he needs to find a way to get that Absalom into trash, or he needs to have another one or gamble in his deck.
Got it. So leave it alone, basically.
Yeah. So of course that's just like pure luck if they find it or not, right? But you know, most like that's the one weakness of the deck. If you sure, you don't want to keep their stuff on the board, but you're 6k leader, so they need to commit Dawn to play it. And most often than not, they don't want to do that. They just want to remove your stuff. And yeah. I went against 2 Whitebeards. Those were very close games. Those are great players. Yeah, I think those could have gone either way. It's like those are the kind of games where if they had the counter, they had the counter, right?
Right.
But they just didn't have it. So I think. Yeah, Law helps with that matchup. Trashing 2 cards, get those rad beams, anything you can out of hand. That and the fact that you can ramp to your big bodies. Great way to get your 9 grid out first, swing 8, and you guys now have a 10k swing each turn, and red doesn't have removal like that, right? So, yeah.
One against both of them.
Yeah, one against both of them.
Okay.
So, but again, both of them are close games. It's a very, very unique and fun matchup. Again, that's one reason why I like the leader.
Yeah.
There's new matchups, but you just 2 big beefy guys just fucking smacking each other all game, right? So
yeah, Luffy versus his Whitebeard.
One against RP Law.
Yeah, how'd that go?
Yeah, I think he just couldn't find his Gordons to remove my 7-cost kids.
Right.
And he just didn't go wide enough fast enough. So because of that, I was able to.
His timer ran out.
Yeah, his timer ran out, and I just got to I think I got to a 9k leader at one point, so he just can't do really much against that.
Got it.
Because you're already going back in Dawn, and your character's only like 5k, 7k most couldn't kill it, right? So
Got it.
yeah. And then my last matchup was Yamato.
Nice.
Yamato is definitely weird. Again, another unique matchup. I think the biggest thing is, do you take the first hit or not? That's the most important decision you need to make throughout the game, and then go from there. Because some people counter out of it. Like, let's say they swing 8 at you, right? Do you want to give them a 2k, 1k?
Yeah.
It's like, sure, but what if he plays a Onami next turn and you don't have the counter for that, right? And then you just lose 2 life, and you're in a really bad spot.
So take it, basically.
Yeah. Well, if they swing 6 at me, I'll give them a 1k, right?
Okay, yeah.
Because that's not a lot of cards. But if they swing 8 at me, I'm probably going to be taking that.
Okay.
Again, it's a very rare matchup you're probably going to see, but I know a lot of people like Yamato, so you might see it.
Yeah.
Also, it's another hard thing about it is that your leader is at 3 life already, so they already get their leader effect, they already get their Kiku Nojos.
Yeah.
It's really rough if you hit a Kiku Nojo out of life and such. But if it happens, it happens, right? Yeah, that's to be expected.
If it happens,
But when you get to 1 life, all right, if you do take that first life, their double attack doesn't matter, right? Because it only takes 1 life at that point. So you're just playing as if they had like the ability to begin with. So it doesn't.
Got it.
You're just like that's the thought process I have of it. So
Which is good. Which won you your top 8 spot.
Yeah.
With a unique deck list.
Yeah. But he definitely had me on the ropes there. It was very sweet because he swung 8, 10, and 13. 3 turns in a row, and thankfully I was able to deal with all that. Well, took the first one, grab beam, counter next one, and then had a queen on board for the last one.
Yeah,
so,
scary.
And then he's actually probably the scariest thing. He played 7. I remember this vividly. Played 7 mom on me. I was not expecting that.
Yeah.
So 1 life. He has 3 life. He has played 7 mom. Do I want to give him the 4? Do I want to go down to 0? So that was weird, but good on him. He got me in a really nasty situation with that one. So
Okay.
But Gear 5 Luffy helped me clean that game up, and then also I think 9-beard that game. 9-beard or 7-beard. I played one of those teams. So.
Okay.
So that was my day 1. X2 just Sakazuki's. Yeah, they got a hold of me. Can't win them all, right?
Yeah.
I guess you can. Some people can. Yeah.
Some people can. Yeah, of course. The winner of this tournament will.
Exactly. Props to them.
Yeah.
Day 2, when I got up against Yellow Black Luffy, one of my friends, had some friendly
Taxi.
fire, unfortunately. Yeah, Taz.
Yeah.
Great player. But probably your biggest advantage is ramp. Being able to get there, because they don't really run removal unless they want to spend like a Sabo to KO something.
Right.
Or if they run some decks I think run Thunderbolt. So if they run that, they want to get down to 0 anyway. So
it does make sense.
But it was just. But if you can get far enough ahead to where you have these big bodies that can match his power increases each turn, you can start getting more cards in the hand to where eventually you will win him out of the game by taxing his hand. So biggest advantage you have though is find him. Where is he?
Whitebeard?
No, Gear 5 Luffy.
Gear 5 Luffy, yeah.
Because
turn skip. Too good.
You get a turn skip, but because the 3 brothers, their 2K, the 2K effect you get from it only lasts until the end of your opponent's next turn.
Oh, okay. So you get another turn basically.
Yeah. When I take my second turn, it
goes back to 5.
It goes back to 5 exactly. So if I have a Diablo Jam, swing through the Sabo, 16 into 5, they're probably not countering out of that. And if they do, you're in a great position.
Yeah.
Right. So, my other 2 matchups were Law.
RP Law. Yep.
Yeah. RP Law. Second game is my first RP Law I went up against.
You played 2 to RP Laws back to back? Wow.
Yeah.
Unlucky.
First one was just unfortunate because he bricked pretty hard both games, and I also got lucky drawing a Diablo Jam for a game on the second one. So that's how it is. So
right, it is.
I built the deck to hopefully get lucky with that. Sometimes that happens, right? But, so that one, I think I got lucky on that one personally. Third one though, or the second RP Law I went up against, very smart player, but he went wide really fast and he just started getting cards out of my hand, so made it really annoying. I couldn't get to my 7-cost kid in time.
Oh no.
So, by the time I did, I didn't have enough cards to back it up. So,
yeah.
And then he had his kidney killers on board. Great players, all of them. So.
Yeah, you did really well with this deck, and congratulations again on your top 8.
Thank you.
The pricing was phenomenal wherever it's at. But yeah, you got the Charlotte Linlet on here, and we got it here.
The category, one of my friends is looking at.
You planning on selling these cards?
Maybe one of them, but this is my first time topping this like this. So,
yeah, okay.
Might keep it as sentimental. I'll hold on to it for a bit. Maybe we'll see.
Yeah, you'll change your mind when you see the check come in.
Yeah. Hey man, putting in 08, man, this might go up. You never know.
Okay, not bad.
We'll see if people are
yellow fiends.
Yeah. They're always out there, man.
Yeah.
So.
All right, thank you again.
Yeah, no problem.
Have a good day.
Thanks for having me. Yeah.